the study of human behavior is important factors in order to achieve the organizational goal. So individual behavior and group behavior, it impact the job structure and performance, communication, motivation and leadership. Effective leader should have the ability to motivate others. We can expect 60 marks from Unit 2 and Unit 4. Hello everyone, I am Meghana from the Department of Commerce, lecturing in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Today we are in the introduction session on organizational behavior. So in today's session, let us discuss with the whole subject. So let us start with the unit. Altogether, you have a 6 units for the organizational behavior. First unit, Introduction to Organization Behavior. Unit 2, Foundations of Individual Behavior. Next, Perceptions and Emotion. Unit 4 is Motivation and Leadership. Unit 5, Group Behavior. And Unit 6, last, Emerging Challenges. So, what is organizational behavior? So, this is an important subject for you prescribed by the University of Mysuru. So, here in organizational behavior, you are going to study the individual behavior in the organization. How you are going to behave in the organization and how it affects the organizational activity. So, the study of human behavior is important factors in order to achieve the organizational goal. So, here the human being is important factors, so that the study of human behavior is important. So, here the University of Mysuru prescribed this syllabus for you to understand how the individual behave in the organization. So, in order to achieve the organizational objective, it is important factors. So, let us discuss each unit in detail in the coming up slides. So, first one, organizational behavior. Organizational behavior is a study of both individual and group behavior. So, it is a study of both group and individual performance and activity in the work environment. So, how the group and individual will behave in the organization or in a work environment. So, it is a study. Then, it examines the human behavior in a workplace. So, it determines the impact on job structure. So, individual behavior and group behavior, it impact the job structure and performance, communication, motivation and leadership. So, human is an important factors for the organizations. So, you cannot run an organization without a human beings. So, you can say you can run with a machine, but in order to run the machine also you need human beings. So, human beings plays an important factors or plays an important role in an organization. You need to give more importance for the human beings. So, you need to study the human beings, how they behave in the organization or in the work environment. It determines its impact on the job structure as well as performance, communication and leadership and motivation. So, here in the first unit, you are going to study the meaning of organization behavior and how the individual is going to behave in the organization or in workplace. So, this is all about unit 1. Next, foundation of individual behavior. Understanding the behavior standards of an individual, meaning formation, determinants, traits of personality, personality attributes, influencing OB. So, these all are the factors which influence the organization behavior. So, individual formation, determinants, traits of personality and their perception. So, these all are the factors which influence the organization. So, individual behavior, individual personality will affect the organization. So, in order to achieve the organizational objective, you need to consider the individual behavior and individual objective. So, if the individual work effectively and efficiently in the organization, then the organization can achieve the objective. So, individual behavior is different from one person to another person. So, you need to analyze the individual behavior and their expectation in order to fulfill the individual needs and wants so that organization can achieve their objective. So, here formation, components of attitudes, relation between the attitudes and behavior. So, here the behavior of an individual is different and the behavior in group is different. So the objective of group is different and the individual objective is different. So you need to concentrate on the individual behavior and objective as well as the group objective and behavior. So if the individual is satisfied, means then they can work effectively and efficiently so that the group activity or the group objective can be fulfilled easily. So here you are going to study individual behavior. Here under unit 2, you will give the importance for the individual behavior. You are going to analyze the behavior of an individual in the workplace and their expectations. So every individual, they expect something from the organization. They expect in return from the organization. So you need to fulfill their objective. You need to fulfill their expectation. So that here you are going to study the individual behavior. Next, unit 3, perceptions and emotions. Emotion perception refers to the capacities and abilities of recognizing and identifying emotions in others, in addition to biological and psychological process involved. Here, perception and emotion, it refers to the capacity and ability of recognizing and identifying. So the organization should have the ability to recognize and identify the emotion of an other person. So emotion in others. So when you are going to analyze the emotion of others or emotion of your employees, so that you can fulfill their objective or you can react to their emotions, so that it helps to achieve your objective. Analyze the emotion of an individual. Individual emotion and perception. Perception and emotion is differ from one person to another person. So unit organization should have the ability to analyze the individual emotions, so that it helps the organization. So how they are going to behave in organization. So their emotion and their perception towards some work or individual perception towards something. So you need to analyze, organization should be able to analyze these factors, so in order to achieve their objectives. So in unit 3, you are going to study the perception and emotions of individual. Next, motivation and leadership. So especially this unit is designed for you people, because you are the leader of next generation. So the motivation is important factors in order to become a leader. So here motivation is a goal oriented characteristics that helps a person achieve his or her objective. So motivation is important factor in order to achieve your objective. So it encourages an individual to work hard at achieving his or her goal. So you need to motivate the people in order to achieve his or her goal. So you need to motivate the people in order to achieve their goals. An effective leader must have a thorough knowledge of motivational factors for others. So to become a leader, you should have the motivational quality. You should have the thorough knowledge of motivation. You need to motivate your people. You need to motivate your group members in order to achieve their goal. So the effective leader should have the ability to motivate others. So effective motivation, it leads to a good leadership quality. So motivation is an important factor in order to achieve the goal and for an effective leaders. Motivation is an important factor for an effective leader. So in this unit, you are going to study the motivation and leadership, how the motivation influence or how the motivation affect your organization, how the motivation helps to achieve the individual goal as well as the organizational objectives. Next unit, group behavior. So as I told you earlier, individual behavior is different and group behavior is different. So when you are individual, your behavior is different, and when you are in group, your behavior is different. So the individual objective is different and the group objective is different. So here you need to analyze the group behavior. So individual behavior is influenced by the group members or group activities. So in the organization, individual objective and the group objective is two different factors. So organization should consider both the individual as well as the group behavior. A group can be defined as two or more interacting and interdependent individuals who became together to achieve the particular objective. So, the two different characteristics or two different objectives, they became together, they come together in order to achieve a particular objective. So, as an individual, my objective is different and the other individual objective is different. So, we came together in order to achieve one particular objective, that is organizational objective. So, a group behavior can be stated as a course of action group takes as a family. So, here we came together as a family in order to achieve the objective. So, here we are going to study the group behavior in the organization. Last unit, emerging challenges. Are the organization facing challenges? The answer is absolutely yes. So, challenges faced by the organizations. So, here in this unit, we are going to study the challenges faced by the organization in order to achieve their objectives. And the first one, workforce diversity. Organizations are becoming increasingly cosmopolitan. Changed employee expectation. Then globalization. Improving productivity and quality. Changing demographics of workforce. So, these are the challenges faced by the organization. So, we are going to study in detail challenges faced by the organization while we are discussing in the unit 6. Under this, changed employee expectation. So, employees' expectations, changes in the expectations. So, individual expectation is different from one person to another person. So, the changes in their expectation. And globalization. So, you need to update with the changes in the technology. You need to keep update with the new technology. You need to give training for your employees. So, you need to keep update with the new technologies. Then, improving productivity and quality. You need to increase your quality and productivity in order to sustain in the market. Changing demographics of workforce. These all are the challenges faced by the organization that we are going to study in detail in the coming up sessions. So, these all are the 6 units. Altogether, you have 6 units under the organizational behavior. Syllabus for the organizational behavior prescribed by the University of Mysore in order to gain the knowledge about how the individual behave in an organization as an individual and how they behave as a group. So, you need to analyze the behavior of an individual in order to overcome from the problems. So, you need to analyze the individual behavior so that you can give your best result. Next, the important topic, internals portion. So, total you have 3 internals. So, 3 internals for 20 marks. For first internals, unit 1 and unit 2. Portion is unit 1 and unit 2. Next, second internals is for unit 3 and unit 4. Internals 3 is for unit 5 and unit 6. So, you need to attend all the 3 internals in order to score 20 marks. Final marks will be awarded on average of 3 internals. We are not going to consider best out of 3. First internals, second internals and third internals divided by 3. Average of 3. So, in order to score maximum marks, that means in order to get 20 marks, you need to attend all the 3 internals. So, this is all about internals portion. Then final exam, question paper pattern. So, the question paper pattern is part A, 5 marks into 4 question, 20. Then part B, 15 into 2, 15 marks, 2 questions. That is for 30 marks. Then part C, 10 into 3 for 30 marks. Total 80 marks. So, the final paper is for 80 marks. So, to get the 80 marks, this is the question paper pattern. Next, book for reference. Book reference is Organizational Behavior by Vidhyaashram. Then, another one, Organizational Behavior from B.S. Raman. So, these all are the 2 books which are available in the market. So, you need to purchase the books for the reference purpose. So, this is the book for your reference. Next, chapter wise marks allotment. From the unit 1, we can expect 15 marks. 10 plus 5 marks question. From unit 2, we can expect 30 marks. Unit 3, 10 marks. Unit 4, 15 plus 10 plus 5 marks, 30 marks. And unit 5, 15, and unit 6, 10. The weightage may be differ from the question. So, but we can assume or we can expect 15 marks from the unit 1 and 30 marks from unit 2 and 10 marks, 30 marks, 15 marks and 10 marks respectively from unit 3, 4, 5 and 6. So, from this unit 2 and unit 4, unit 2 and unit 4 is an important unit for you. In order to, from this 2 unit, we can expect 60 marks. So, it may be differ, depends on the question, but we can expect 60 marks from unit 2 and unit 4. So, pay attention for unit 2 and 4 and concentrate rest of the units. So, these all are the chapter wise marks allotment. Next, last one, learning outcome. The outcome of this learning is explain foundations of individual behavior. You should be able to explain the foundation of individual behavior. So, how the individual is going to behave in the organization. What are the factors which influence the individual and how you can motivate the individual in the organization to get work done. Then, explain the purpose of group behavior. So, why the group is important? How it give effective results. So, what is the benefit of group behavior? Why we need to study the group behavior? So, you should be able to explain the purpose, the need for group behavior. Next, explain the relationship between the leadership and motivation. How the motivation helps to achieve the objective. Motivation plays an important role in achieving the objective. So, the leader should have the quality to motivate others and the motivation helps to become a good leader. So, you should be able to explain the relationship between this two, leadership and motivation. So, these two are interrelated. So, you need to explain the relationship between the motivation and leadership. Then helps in understanding the fundamentals of organization standards. So, it helps to understand the fundamentals of organization standards. Then explain the main factors of emotion and perception. Main factors which influence the individual emotion and perception. By studying the organizational behavior paper, you should be able to explain all these factors. So, it helps to analyze, it helps to understand all these factors. All the 6 units are interrelated, interconnected. So, we are going to study in detail in the coming up session. All these 6 units are important for you for the future, or you are the future leaders. So, you need to study all these units. The study of this organizational behavior plays an important role for you people. So, the University of Mysuru prescribed this paper especially for you people. So, this is all about today's session. In the coming up session, let us start with the unit 1. So, let us discuss in detail what is organizational behavior and how it affects the organization. Why the study of individual is important, how it impacts the organization. So, how we can increase the efficiency. So, how we can motivate the people and the perception and emotions of an individual. All these topics we can discuss in the coming up session in details. Until then, keep watching. Thank you.